Hello, you beautiful nerds. I'm Jedi Master Grayson.
And I am your favorite cousin, Bill.
And welcome to Does It?
Oh.
The show where we revisit classic genre films to see if they're as good or as bad as we remember.
And we may get drunk while we do it, but as always, we cannot do it alone.
That's right. We are joined by a special guest to help us determine if this film stands the test of time. He's an actor, writer, and he used to be a host of a sports podcast with the man to my left, Eric Martig. Welcome to the show.
Whoop, whoop. Thanks for having me, fellas. Good to be here. Cheers, guys.
Whoop, whoop.
So excited we could have this. We could make this happen. The NBA playoffs kicked off, and like I mentioned before, Tig used to do a sports podcast with Bill called The Bill and Tig's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, this isn't
Whoop,
it.
whoop.
This isn't that, but you know.
No, not that, but that is a shameless plug for our merch. You can find our merch store in the community tab of our YouTube channel.
It's so cold, y'all. It keeps shit so cold.
Yeah,
It's been in here.
It's really nice.
Literally, it's been in here for 6 hours. You hear the ice? 6 hours later.
Yeah, you can
Cold.
drink for hours. You can get drunk for hours.
One small sip at a time.
Yeah. So I thought that this would be like a really fun movie to talk about with you guys, since you guys used to do the sports podcast. It's sort of a reunion of Bill and Tig's.
I thought you only
It
asked us
is.
for our dope crossovers.
We got that. We got that.
I thought it was because of our athletic ability,
Oh yes, of course.
our athletic prowess.
Yeah, we're gonna have a pickup game after this podcast.
That's gonna. Yeah, we've been talking about filming that for years.
Actually, yeah.
Oh man, we actually gotta.
You gotta
like,
come now that Martig is like a weekend warrior. He can do shit on the weekend now. I think it would be dope for him to show up. I think it's only a couple weeks from the release of this video. The horse tournament.
Oh,
tournament?
oh, right. Oh, I have to do that now.
I've lost the horse tournament 2 years in a row, and it's because the third year I didn't participate. I mean, the first year I didn't participate. The next 2 years I lost in the last fucking round.
Oh yeah.
And then one time they let the dude come in. He came in late to the tournament, and they want to let him in. And he's the one that won.
What letter did he come in on?
No, he can't. And so it was a tournament. So it was like he came in like the third round.
Oh, is it like a round robin thing?
Yeah, like just go 1-on-1. You go with me. and
Right.
then Alex goes with Charlie. And
Oh, it's a
then
bracket situation. Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
bracket.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Man, I had it going, man. I'm the commissioner. So yeah, this year,
Well,
baby, it's going down. I'm coming home
no-
with a trophy. There's an actual trophy with a horse on it.
No one wants to see the commissioner win. No one wants that. It's
No,
bad
yeah,
for
nobody.
the league. When the commissioner wins, it's always bad for the league. It's
Yeah,
always
fantasy
bad.
football, baseball, basketball.
Oh no, there's always foul play. It's like that. That's some sketchy ass shit when the commissioner wins.
Man, look, man, the commissioner won two years in a row, man. I don't know if I'm not fucking with them no more.
He's got some new Jordans though.
Speaking of basketball, Bill, what is the movie that we are talking about today?
Alex, we are talking about the 2008 sports comedy Simi-Pro. You cock-sucking motherfucker. Everybody loves everybody. Starring Will Ferrell, Woody Harrelson, and Andre 3000, Andre 3 Stacks,
Yes,
Andre
sir.
Flute Stacks. Okay,
Yeah, famous flute player Andre
famous,
Benjamin.
famous for nothing else but playing the flute. Andre 3000.
Have you heard about this, Tig? He's got a new flute album.
I was wondering what he's been doing, especially after seeing this. I wasn't aware of his flute album.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he got like the internet crazy because he was like, "I'm coming out with a new album." They're like, "Word!" He was like, "Yeah, I'm playing the flute," and they were like, "Oh, all right, not what I expected."
Like motherfuckers already pre-ordered the album.
Is it fully instrumental?
Yeah, it's fully instrumental.
Yeah, he don't even
What?
rap on the flute, which
What?
like I would have thought would have been so dope.
Yeah, that would have been
if
cool.
he fucking
No,
played the flute and rapped over it. I'd be like, that's some hip hop Prince shit
Yeah.
right there. But no,
wow.
If he had like one song where he's doing that, that'd be.
Maybe he's making the flute cool. Maybe it's time for the flute to like arrive. You know,
Right.
outside
It's time for us to
of
actually listen to it.
Yeah, outside of Anchorman with Will Ferrell. You know, when he's like,
Yeah, as we all know, he was a revolutionary flute player.
That's what the history books will say, is that Andre
revolutionized the flute.
That's what they'll say. Just like they talk about Bach, they'll talk about him the same.
Ex-rapper.
Oh, they won't even talk about rap. They won't even talk about the rap at all.
Famous flutist.
Like in that part of his career never even happened.
Who did nothing else. He only played the flute.
But the plot of this movie, Simi-Pro, in 1976, singer Jackie Moon, played by Will Ferrell, uses the profits from his one and only hit single to fulfill a longtime dream of owning a basketball team. His team, the Flint, Michigan Tropics, is the worst team in the league, and what's more, the franchise may fold when the ABA and NBA announce plans to merge. It's up to Jackie and the Tropics to turn their game around and slam dunk their chance for survival. Oh man, Rotten Tomatoes subscriptions are always so corny.
That's why I sing on top of them.
Okay. But sexy, love me sexy. Eric, what was your feeling the first time you saw this movie? How did you feel the first time?
I was trying to. So I watch a lot of bad movies, and I was trying to remember if this was like. So as soon as you said Semi-Pro, I'm like, oh, John Hetter's in that, but no, different Will Ferrell movie. And then I was like, oh, this is like an old Adam McKay movie. Incorrect again. I fully remember. I think I started this movie like back in the day, and I think it was like a time when I would give up on movies when like lame love story shit would happen. And I think once the Woody Harrelson shit like happened, I think I bounced out off this movie and was like, this is dumb as hell, and I'm out. So I don't.
How'd you do that?
It's a celebration.
Did I just do that?
Yeah, actually. So
I thought that was you guys. Let me say it again. And I was like, out. So I was like, what if I clap?
No, it's you got to do your hands like
this. This is dumb as hell.
Yeah,
this is dumb as hell.
But if you do so,
is it Woody Harrelson?
This is one I know for sure. You do this, and it'll You're on a 15. That's now everybody knows you're on your 15.
Humble brag.
No big deal. I was trying to keep down the DL.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That shit looked really cool. And also, I knew that you could do things on there like that, but I never knew that one. I'm like, I'm trying to do it.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Oh, wait, we ain't even on the iPhone.
Why
am I trying to do it?
Woody Harrelson.
If you do that, it's gonna do a LeBron James powder like.
Justin Fields. So upon rewatching it, I realized I hadn't even watched the whole movie. So this is refreshing for me because I finally got to watch Semi-Pro fully.
Well, yeah. So I just want to remind viewers or new viewers, this show is not about whether we like the movie or not. This show is about if it holds up, like the testicular question is, does it hold up, man? So yeah, Alex, how did you feel about this movie the first time you watched it? I don't even remember you remember the first time we watched it? Because I remember the first time we watched it.
I'm pretty sure the first time I watched it was when, I don't know if you were showing it to me and you already seen it before, but me, you, and Adam watched it back in Alabama.
Yep.
At his apartment.
Like first apartment.
Yeah. And
which is like a dope ass apartment now, thinking about it.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Stupid as hell for moving out of that apartment.
Yeah,
I know
like, sometimes I think about like just renting LA. It's like, fuck, I could be living like a king in Alabama.
The rent's about the same now.
You probably own a house.
Right.
Yeah, I mean the rent's like $1,600 a month in Alabama now, so it's like almost comparable.
But yeah, I
goddamn much money to live there. Let me tell you.
But yeah, I do remember liking it. but I wasn't like blown away by it. But I just remember like, okay, this is pretty funny. But I do remember like a few years later when like it was maybe like 6 years later when ESPN came out with the 30 for 30 about the spirits and the ABA, and I was like, oh, like I wasn't as knowledgeable about the ABA and the NBA merger and stuff like that. So
Pacers was the ABA team,
right? Pacers, Nets, Spurs.
It was my favorite part of the movies. Once I saw the Pacers on like that little thing, I'm like, oh, the Pacers getting represented. This is great.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is really, really exciting.
Flint, fucking Michigan. Let me tell you something. It couldn't have been more. Look, we were born in Michigan. For disclaimer, for what I'm about to say, they couldn't have picked but one city worse than being in Flint, Michigan, and that is Saginaw. That's the only place that's worse than Flint, Michigan. I was like, God damn, Flint, Michigan. That's how I felt the first time, and I knew. And yes, that's the first time that I watched it was with you and Adam. I just knew it was going to be great. The reason, one of the other reasons you probably didn't watch this all the way, Eric Martig. I almost said Martig, and I don't know if we even said that his last name on here. So yeah, we did. Okay, cool. But anyway,
I got a last name. I got a last name. Martig. Man, I can't get it. This is it's only when I say Woody Harrelson.
It's a very
maybe you gotta get a Y going. Maybe it's a Y.
What did I say? Then I was out.
Damn it. It's gonna come up again randomly in the podcast.
Congratulations. No.
That should have worked.
I figured that was an easy one. Yeah.
Well, it couldn't have been any better. I swear to God, that was the first time it happened. I don't think we could recreate it anyway. We might as well quit trying. But yeah, it was great. Oh, you gotta say something so they can see it.
I heart you. Whoop whoop. It's the only thing I got now. I got probably the lamest thing it does.
Yeah, it's the lamest.
Actually, yeah, it's undoubtedly the lamest.
Call me Eric Hartig. And it's not working now. Great.
There's gonna be a lot of laughing in this episode, ladies and gentlemen. That's because this show is absolute. I mean, this movie is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this show is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that is also true.
But we appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe. There's way too many people watching. Do not be subscribing, man. We see how long you watch. We can't see who watches, but we can see how long you watch, and you watch to the end.
I don't think you could have put that in a creepier way.
We
see, you know exactly how you watch.
How do you get people not to watch your show? Tell them that you're watching them watch your show.
You need to clean behind your ears. It's getting disgusting. I'll be watching.
Put some pants on.
No, take your pants off. Don't listen to him. Take your pants off.
But yeah, the reception for this movie was just low. It was pretty much negative.
What do you mean? There was no reception. It was more like a repast. That's what they call it, black community when they have a funeral.
I believe they lost about $20 million on this bad boy. They made it for $55 million, made about $35 million, and
actually
called it a day.
It's opening. Well, Alex, what was the percentage on Rotten Tomatoes?
The Rotten Tomatoes score, the critics score is 23%, and the audience score is 39%.
Again, I usually would say, is that good? Or is that bad? And then you would say it's not good, but we can't even do that bit.
Yeah.
Because this is absolutely dog shit.
This is all bad. In its opening weekend, the film grossed $15 million in the United States and Canada, and it got the #1 spot at the box office.
Got the #1 spot.
It was described as a lackluster opening compared to Farrell's previous sports spoofs. Talladega Nights opened up to $47 million, and Blades of Glory opened up to 33.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Blades of Glory sucks. So, so your anticipation for the next one through this like wave of Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah,
it's like I might be a little tired of this fucking Will Ferrell movie shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, Tig. Like,
you
do
also
feel like...
have a microphone.
No, yeah, just do you feel like this is like the weaker of the 3 sports spoofs, or do you just feel like maybe Blades of Glory put a little stink on this concept for Will?
I don't know like which one I dislike more, Blades of Glory or this one. I think I enjoy this one a little bit more because I enjoy basketball, and the cameos in this movie are crazy. Like the amount of like they couldn't afford this cast today. Like this cast is like famous as hell. You know what I'm saying? And my like I'm watching this movie. How is Adam McKay not a part of this film? Like it's like as if like Adam McKay saw this and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make Anchorman. This is what this movie should be." It's literally that's what it is. And it's like, oh, okay. Like I was shocked that he wasn't involved in it. Like the credits roll, I'm like, oh, maybe he had a writing credit. Oh, maybe he was I was like, Adam McKay was nowhere to be found on this movie. How the fuck is that possible? It's insane.
It's very bizarre because I looked up the director. I was like, "Oh, this is a Kent Alterman movie. What else did he direct?" And he directed 0 other movies.
That's it, and rightfully so.
Kent Alterman, man. What's up with Kent?
He was
also trying to get him on the show.
Oh well, he's a little busy running Comedy Central now. He was producing movies before this. He completely stopped. This is the last movie he produced or directed, and then I guess they just handed him Comedy Central.
Are you trying to say he's gotten too big for us? Is that what you're saying?
He might be a little too big.
Tell you something. You did Semi-Pro, if we call him and mention Semi-Pro, he gonna jump on it. He's gonna be like, "Yes, I like those guys. They actually like my movie that I did that nobody else liked."
I would be curious to hear how he feels because he completely stopped directing after this. So it's like, did this ruin your career?
It changed his life. It didn't ruin his career, clearly.
Well, not his directing career. I mean,
it gave him a pivot in the right direction. I feel like it's like I'm not good at this, but I'm way better at this behind the scenes, way behind the scenes, and I can run a company better than I can direct.
It's like how the guy
Semi-Pro.
Like the guy who directed Good Burger is now running Paramount. Like it's just like
maybe that's what you gotta do.
Fail upwards like that.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, Bob. What was his name? That used to run Paramount. Talks like this.
Oh yeah, Bob Evans. Yeah.
Bob Evans. Hi, how's it going? My name's Bob Evans.
More than just a sausage company.
Well, Bob Evans was I was a silent actor back in the day. Then they started talking, baby. Had to take a back seat.
The talkies took over.
The talkies took over, and he ended up being the executive of Paramount, which then brought us Rosemary's Baby, and he brought us The Godfather and a bunch of other fucking rock star movies.
It's funny that Hollywood thought that his voice was like weird or whatever once like a sound came in, because he would be like a casting director's dream right now. Like he would be the character actor that's in like everything.
And he wasn't like a bad looking guy. Like he was a great looking guy. Just we don't know what he acted like either.
Yeah,
because you have to act different when you don't talk. I mean, when you do talk as opposed to when you don't.
Right.
Because you have to be like,
yeah. It's different.
That's just shock.
Skills.
You don't have to be like shocked like a regular, like, oh. Like you got to be shocked, like you seen the biggest dick you ever seen. It's like fucking shocked and appalled.
Speaking of shocking and appalling, Alonzo from
dick you ever seen?
Speaking of biggest dicks I've ever seen, let's go to Martig.
Swing it over to Martig.
See if the iPhone does anything.
Oh man, it'd be crazy if a big dong big ass dong just appears behind him. I'm like,
you can try for him to do that.
I'll be like, oh, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. There's no need to continue doing this podcast after that. Can't do anything better than that.
Alonzo Duralde from MSNBC said back in 2008 that no more can filmmakers get instant laughs from Pog, ascots, 8-tracks, and lava lamps. It's just no longer funny. And for 95% of its running time, neither is Simi-Pro.
What?
Yeah,
95.
95% of the running time is not funny.
I would give it a little bit more. Like, I did laugh. Lucy, my wife, was shocked at some of the things I was laughing at. She lasted 10 minutes into the film. She tried to watch it with me and packed her shit up and left. She was like, "I'm done with it." And I was like, all right. She lasted longer than I thought.
You? Your wife was because you watched Simi-Pro?
I feel really bad for asking you to watch this movie.
I feel like that's a little unreasonable. A little unreasonable. Hold on one second. You froze or your camera. This is a good spot to cut it.
Yeah, it's not going back.
Hang on, where am I? Where am I? I just got you guys up on this shit. Hello. Can I come back? What's going on here?
Just pop out and come back.
All right.
Eric, come back.
I don't want to lose this video. It was running so well. Can't do it without you. What's it say? What does he say? Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. Speak. Can you say something? Oh, I heard it.
Hello.
Yeah, I heard it.
I'm back.
All right.
Stupid iPhone 15.
Oh, we're good. We're gonna start like we never stopped. Wait a minute. Why is that not going? There we go. So Alex, how much money did this movie make?
We talked about it a little bit earlier. It made about, what is it, $15 million in the opening weekend, and how much did it make total? It made $43 million total, domestic and worldwide.
Oh,
so
I thought they got in the 50s. Wow.
Yeah, it didn't do incredibly well.
15 million in 3,121 theaters. I can't remember if that's a lot or not.
Oh, they made it for about 55 million, right? Is that correct?
I think so.
Something like that.
That's got to be at least half of that is like everybody's salary, right?
Right.
Like this movie could not have cost too much to make.
Jesus, and there wasn't even a whole lot of like crazy competition that
like $50 million back then. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, well, for like, you know, this is when the time where people still give $50 million for like, you know, these big budget comedies, you know, or big budget comedies. But yeah, not a whole lot of competition. Vantage
Jumper
Point
was not jumping that year. I don't know.
Yeah, Jumper did make some
comedy.
No,
these are all
these are all like
phenomenal movies, but not like you run to the movie theater to see.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Was it number one?
Yeah, it was number one this week. It was number one that weekend.
Well, what are you talking about here?
It's the only comedy on here, right?
Right.
It's like that was it. It was smart. It was a smart time to release this movie for sure.
Yeah, for sure. This is a nice time to release it. Step up to the streets. Like, that's not gonna take a lot from your
Juno, but I'd like to see I'd be interested to see how much that climbed.
Right. Well, Juno, this is in its
like
87th day too. So like, because
to date, look at
a lot of the really good movies have been out for quite some time. So like, it's not gonna take a lot of box office draw from you. But
27 Dresses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fool's Gold.
Charlie
Penelope really didn't.
Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus. They're the same person. Blew your mind.
Spoilers.
I am Legend.
But
yeah, it was a good time to put it out. It was a good time to put it out.
That was a good time. And
it was a good year.
And like, what did you guys think of the story? Because we talked a little bit about just like the historical context of it and like the ABA and BA merger.
Man, yeah, I'm gonna answer first because I really just realized we're part of the problem. We didn't go see it.
Yeah, no, we did not.
We are definitely part of the problem. I love the basketball element of this movie. I remember hearing about this movie because it was on the Today Show or something, and Will Ferrell and Woody were on there. And Woody can actually, play a little basketball. You know what I'm saying? Older guy, out
Yeah, he
there.
really didn't look awkward out there.
White man can't jump. Come on now. Woody's been balling since he's been young.
What am I thinking? What are we
doing here?
I'm just saying, like, as an older him, though, he was still out there.
How old was Woody in this movie?
He was in his late 30s, early 40s. So I'm just saying, basketball players don't usually last that long, even in professionals. He ain't probably played basketball like that, since that White Man Can't Jump. Probably not like that, preparing for the movie and shit. So I was impressed by that. Didn't surprise me that Andre 3000 could play basketball, right? Like that. Did that surprise anybody? Like, it was like, oh yeah, he's black.
Skinny tall black dude from Atlanta. I'm sure he's played ball before. Yeah.
But yeah, it was dope. Like we talked about earlier with teams, all that shit. And I loved how they incorporated the merger in this, like WWF Royal Rumble style. Like the last ones to the end, those are the ones that get in.
Yeah.
Like, just leave all the owners in a room with a knife, and then whoever comes out alive, that's who gets to come into the NBA. Like,
and then fuck them all over.
Yeah, so Martig, how'd you feel about the basketball element of this?
I mean, my big question, can Andre actually play, or can he just dribble a ball? Because I know he's not dunking the ball the way they showed it in the movie.
Right, yeah. He's definitely on a trampoline or something. Yeah.
Like, my big question is, who was the best actual basketball player out there? I think it's Woody Harrelson still, because in White Man Can't Jump, dude was balling in that movie. Like, he was actually playing basketball, It's always a question. But I've seen way worse basketball scenes in movies that were more serious than this one. So it was like, all right, these guys are dribbling around and stuff like that. But the historical element of it, once again, how is this not an Adam McKay movie? He loves this shit. He loves telling true stories through comedy. This is like literally what he's made his career on.
Yeah.
And like watching it, it was like, oh, this is like the poorest man's Adam McKay movie that you could possibly do with one of his best friends, ex-best friend, Will Ferrell in it,
Ex-best friend. So hold on. We do not do we do nothing but recklessly speculate on this show. So
this is based on no facts.
I'm just saying, explain to the people why he's ex-best friend.
Yeah. So have you guys watched Winning Time? Great Adam McKay show. Love that show. So word on the street is that Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly were up for that role. Will Ferrell thought, like, Adam McKay is his boy. It's a role of a lifetime for him. He's a huge, basketball fan. He always wanted to play Bus. And Adam McKay said, no, John C. Reilly is going to play this character, which was obviously the right choice after you watch it, because John C. Reilly just knocked it out of the park. And I don't know if this is true or not. Don't quote me on anything, but this is just from what I read on the internet.
I will say that it's true. Go ahead.
Fact. Apparently, they had a little bit of a falling out because Will Ferrell was so butthurt that Adam McKay wouldn't let him play Bus. And before the show came out, I was reading about this, and I was like, what was Adam McKay doing? Will Ferrell, this is his chance to, like, a serious role, and really, like, show everyone, like, how great of an actor he is. John C. Reilly is obviously a phenomenal actor. And then I was like, oh, Will Ferrell could have played this. And then after the first episode, it was like, no, John C. Reilly is Bus. But apparently they stopped talking to each other and broke off, like, their relationship. And Gary Sanchez Productions, I think, suffered a little bit from that too. So I don't know. Maybe they made up. Once again, what do I know? I'm just an idiot. But this was what was going on apparently during the making of Winning Time.
See, I'm glad you explained that to people, because Will Ferrell is a really good dramatic actor, as we've seen. Like,
absolutely.
But I don't think he
Stranger
would.
Than Fiction. Love that movie.
So good.
That movie. No.
but does it hold up?
Exactly.
Does it?
Fuck that movie. Has it come through the fucking ringer? Has it come through the Thunderdome right here and been put through the test of time? Literal time, Alex. That's what this show is about, man. You know?
Yeah. Or what point were you
You know-
making?
I don't remember what point I was trying to make. I mean, look.
You were saying Will Ferrell
Ferrell's,
is
yeah.
actually a really talented actor.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been
outside
able
of
to
Stranger
play,
Than Fiction.
He wouldn't have been able to play Dr. Bus.
I
John
don't
C.
think so.
Riley killed that part, and I don't think it's because he sounds like a ridiculous human being. I don't think that's what it is at all.
Sweet berry wine.
Yeah, when he kept Jeannie, when he kept saying Jeannie's name, like, look, baby Jean, baby Jean, Jeannie, baby, I love you, baby. Look, hey, let's come over here and look at these naked photos of girlfriends of mine. This is crazy. You remember her? Oh, this is wild.
Yeah, he's
but like his shit was just more. I just felt like it would have been delivered better than Will Ferrell. But I think Will Ferrell should have gone back to these moments. Like go back to like his movie wise. Fuck all that dramatic shit. So Winning Time got canceled after a season and a half. Okay, like that was
shocking.
People in the upstairs, you know what I'm saying? Big business people at the NBA, they didn't really like that movie because it was depicting truth.
They kept it a little too real on that show.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun.
I don't give a well. No, this has become a Winning Time podcast. I'm not gonna do the win. I'm not gonna do the win. Well, I just really like that show. Yeah. We talked about it on the podcast when it wrapped. Right. So, you can check out that right now. And right now, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you want one of these here or a hoodie like shawl, this is a shawl. I just bought a shawl for the first time. I mean, you know, it's our shit, so I like it. I only wear our shit now, you know.
Yeah, right now he has no pants because we don't sell pants yet. So,
but you gotta catch it because we did have pants. So you gotta make sure you go to the store and like actually look at it, you know, because things change up every once in a while.
Yeah. I would buy some underwear with your guys' faces right on the crotch and the butthole area. If you guys made it out.
That is available on our personal store on the
Patreon. Sell like hotcakes.
Just me on your butt, just like going like.
We got.
Guess where the mouth is.
It should be panties and boxers, and it'll say like our face on one butt on each butt cheek, and it'll say what that butt do.
What that butt do.
Your penis can be Bill's tongue.
You can have the pleasure of but yeah, like I to you guys' point,
I was trying to think of ways to sell that.
Well, to you guys' point, like I like, you know, John C. Riley was great in Winning Time, and I think that Will could have played that role, but John C. Riley is better suited for it. And I think that Will, though he probably does want to, you know, stretch his acting muscles, do some stuff that challenges him. I think that this is the stuff that he
like. Shut up and dribble, Will Ferrell.
This is the stuff that he really nails, like these kind of comedic performances, where, like the Jackie Moons, I forget his character's name.
Any kind of character that's like bipolar personality disorder motherfucker, like that's who he plays well. Kind of like Danny McBride.
Yeah,
just be doing like every character he plays. Everything that they write, I feel like, is a commentary on bipolar, like mental health. Like seriously, like because was it Observe and Report, which has to come on, does it hold up ringer as well. Observe and Report is about a guy who has bipolar and he goes down a crazy dark road after he stops taking his medication and shit like that. This is like a similar thing, in my opinion, like a play on mental health, because clearly something's wrong with Jackie, right? Like,
Listen, and those are some of the funniest parts of the movie. Like, I still laugh during this movie. The scene with them with the gun at the poker table
Yes,
is
so
like this
that.
is the end. Stole that shit right from them in that movie when they're playing with the gun and Jonah Hill's shooting, like pretending to shoot them, bang 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 with the loaded possible gun.
Oh right,
And
yeah.
it is
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gold though. It's gold because you're watching it so uncomfortably, waiting for something like that gun to go off, and they're like shooting at their dicks and their heads and stuff like that, and then gun goes off, and you're just waiting for Tim Meadows to get shot. That's literally all you're doing is waiting for that moment, and then the classic, I got shot. And that's all you need. And it has moments like that I was laughing out loud. I was like, that's great. That's great. And then there's moments where I literally had to like eat some dinner because I was falling asleep a little bit during it. You know, this scene here, this scene did it, you know? It's like look at the crew around this table.
Is the worst song I've ever heard.
Lovely, sexy as the word.
I did call you jive turkey.
Because I do want to go to the part.
You little cocksucker.
Oh yeah, okay. I did like this just because like the weird subversion that like the black guy in the room said a thing that like they get like a sort of like, so somebody said the N-word reaction out of everybody.
Yes, because
it's perfect.
What's his name again? I forgot this.
Oh, Will Arnett.
Yeah, Will Arnett lying about being in Nam because like
Right.
it's like you don't know anything about Vietnam, but you keep saying that you went to Vietnam. It's like, have you ever left Michigan? It's like you went to Windsor is where you went. That's as far as he's been out of the country, which is basically Detroit.
Not a corner machine.
Swedish porn saved my life in Numb.
Oh,
okay. Great, here we go. Hey, come on, fuck you guys. Let me get my violin. Swedish porn was the only thing that kept my mind off Charlie when I was in the shit.
Shit in Ann Arbor? Because that's where you were.
And you can see it in his face. He's so fucking sad. Yeah, this is an amazing scene.
And to your point, this is a great cast too. Like everybody, I wish more people at this table got like a little bit more screen time because I would have loved more Tim Meadows in this movie.
Oh man!
Oh my God! There's got to be some cutting room for
Never,
that shit.
no jive turkey.
You can hear a pin drop.
It's just like you're right. You know what? I don't think I ever paid that much attention to that. Like, that's basically like he said, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was white.
He's the black guy in the
So he basically said like cracker ass cracker. And then they like because Andy's fucking face when he said it.
Yeah.
Andy is tripping.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, dog, what the fuck? You should apologize now. Well, it's too late now. You waited too long.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, man.
I just called you cocksucker.
I'm pretty sure that you called me a jive turkey.
No, now, Lou. Nobody called anyone a JT.
It's absolutely ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna get to the part where he clearly he pulls out a gun. I'm not trying to get hit with these damn copyrights.
Right, yeah.
So I'm trying to just actually talk about it as much as possible while also showing y'all the clips because it makes it really difficult when when the YouTube police come after you. You know what I mean?
It's not loaded. It's not loaded. You should have seen your goddamn. I never loaded. The gun was not loaded.
The gun was not loaded.
Yeah, that's
Here, I'm gonna skip the last part. Yeah, because this is crazy.
Bond. James Bond.
How do you like your martini, sir?
Stirred in a half carafe.
Bang.
Shoots himself with a wiener. Everybody okay?
Everybody okay?
I'm fine.
Wow. We just literally dodged Abort.
Except for Cornelius.
Oh, I did get shot.
I just want to speak to the set design, man. This is a phenomenal job of set design, man. Speaking, that's where some of this 50 million.
Yeah, they definitely put the money
Wardrobe.
into the look of the movie. And I actually even appreciate like the cinematography, like the whatever kind of filter or whatever, like our coloring that they did to the movie. It just made it feel very retro.
Yeah.
And I don't think like even
It's
like
like
even in the
people-
guy's review that I said earlier, he was like saying that the aesthetic was sort of playing up the comedy. I don't feel that way. I don't think that they were like, oh, isn't it so funny how things used to look back then? I think that they were just trying to make it look how it looked. Or how did you guys
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is like people rolled like this. Like you find like these old houses back in the day that haven't been updated. They got shit like this in them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know?
people with old ass houses. Our Uncle Squire, great Uncle Squire, had a basement that looked like this.
Yeah.
Like it looked just like this. It's crazy that this is
even weirdly
here.
had pictures of Will Ferrell up on the wall. I don't even know.
Just like that. Just
Yeah.
like that.
Just like that.
Well, Uncle Squire was gay. So
Yeah,
maybe
he
that
was
was
big. He was a big Will
just a
Ferrell.
big fan of Will Ferrell.
That scene in particular reminded me of Ron Burgundy in Anchorman talking to the idiot guys around him.
Yeah.
It was just like there's so
Right.
many similarities with like just the
Which one came out
humor,
first?
the jokes. This came out first, right?
No, well, I think Anchorman came out first, right?
Did
'Cause
it
this-
really?
this-
I have
this-
no.
So
I
this
have
came out in 2008.
no
Let's see.
idea. I did not do any
Uh,
research
Okay,
for this.
Anchorman came out in 2004, and
Oh,
Simi-Pro came out
okay.
in 2008.
So
So
this
yeah,
was
that's why.
semi-pro using Anchorman jokes, basically.
Right.
Maybe this is why he's not directing anymore. He got in trouble. So just pretend you're Ron Burgundy and Will just be Joe from Arrested Development. Go.
Yeah, he probably just told them to just all sit there, and then at the end we're gonna accidentally shoot Tim Meadows.
Tim Meadows.
Yeah,
And we're gonna do the classic Tim Meadows breaking the fourth wall, look at the camera with that smile and a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good.
Can I get you a fish sandwich?
Oh man, we gotta have you back on for Ladies Man when we eventually do
Oh
that.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
basically now you just gotta do all of the Will Ferrell movies with us
Will
now.
Ferrell, Tim Meadows team up. So you have to come on. For
And let's not forget, what's the John C. Reilly with Tim Meadows comedy where he Tim Meadows like you can't handle this, don't do this drug.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right. Walk
Walk
hard.
Hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Walk Hard
That was
probably
the
doesn't
vibe.
hold up. Like that's actually a good one to do because
man.
I saw that movie in the movie theaters.
yeah, and yeah, me too. And Walk Hard is like, man, I was in high school when Walk Hard came out,
Yeah.
I think.
You know, it's funny.
But I'm just saying, like, it might not hold up. It's got some crazy shit in it. But that's go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say that that would be a funny one to revisit because I hear a lot of people because I remember very little about Dewey Cox, but I remember a lot of people saying that ruined music biopics for them because like they saw like they just kind of deconstructed the formula for all these
They did Ray.
music biopics.
They took Ray and made it into Walk Hard and not Walk Hard, but what was the
Wait, Walk Hard,
Walk
the
the
Dewey
Line,
Cox?
Walk the Line.
Oh, Walk
the
the Line.
Line. Yeah, Walk the Line was the real Johnny Cash with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix,
So
yeah.
then it kind of took and was Will Ferrell a producer of Walk Hard?
I'm sure he was. I'm sure that was like a Gary Sanchez.
Yeah.
That may have been Gary Sanchez.
Yeah.
Was Adam
Yeah.
McKay on that? Is that an Adam McKay?
I don't know.
It might be an
Let's
Adam
see.
McKay, which is the only reason we can talk about it in this, and I can tag it.
Dewey Cox has to think about his whole life before he plays music.
Dewey, you don't want to do this shit right here.
That's it.
You need to stay away from this, Dewey. It'll make you creative.
Judd Apatow.
It'll make you.
Oh, is that
creative.
Judd Apatow?
Well, he produced it, and it was directed by Jake Kasdan, who directed Jumanji, the new Jumanji movies. He did that Bad Teacher movie with Cameron Diaz.
He did a lot of
really
movies.
great shit. He did Orange
excuse me.
County.
Hey,
He did a lot
hey,
of
don't hate on those new Jumanji movies. Those are actually pretty funny. I gotta say.
I haven't
Kevin
I've
Hart.
heard nothing but good
I haven't
things.
seen it.
Oh my goodness,
I've
Jack
seen some
Black
of
and
it.
Kevin Hart, they crush it in this. And I gotta say, The Rock's hit or miss for me. It's a great character for The Rock.
Okay.
It's like I probably watched both of them at least 10 times each because I'll throw it on and just laugh my ass off at it because
It's not that
hilarious.
it's not funny, or because I've seen parts of it. It's just that's not Jumanji to me. Like, we could have made that movie and not called it Jumanji, and it would have made just the same amount of money. It would have been just as funny. And you could make a Jumanji that's actually Jumanji with the board game and whatnot.
They should just call it Jumanji the video game or something like that.
That would
and then you have to
make more
forget
sense.
about the original with Robin Williams. You have to completely forget about that.
Yes.
But this one has more laughs. I gotta say, kind of stop the movie because you're laughing so hard at parts. And
well, that's
watching.
It's similar to staying with Will Ferrell. See how I bring us back in, Alex?
Nice.
Land of the Lost. Like, they did Land of the Lost, and that one was hilarious. The Will Ferrell, Danny McBride, Land of the Lost, hilarious. But it's nothing like Land of the Lost. They could have named that movie The Center of the Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Journey to the Center of
Or
the Earth.
ground that hasn't been found.
Yeah, something like that.
Ground Unfound. It was like the working title for Land of the Lost.
Is this a production movie? Like, that's you know what I'm saying. So, just tying it back into what we're talking about. Those were all great performances and satire on. That's what I look at it like. Satire on a show that actually existed or a movie that actually existed before, and actually just like a transformation into something else. And that's what this movie is, man. You got plenty of movies that like to talk about plenty of basketball movies. This is a movie that makes fun of itself the whole time.
Yeah.
I want to ask this question because we never get to it until the end. And I wanted to start making it at the beginning.
Okay.
Because we'd like to talk about the characters, man. We have. Hold on. So
just going to the top. You can see everybody.
There we go. We got Will Ferrell, Woody Harrelson, as we said. But we got
Rob Corddry,
Andy Daly, Will Arnett, as we saw earlier.
Yeah, those guys were great. Lou Redwood and Dick Pepperfield. Like, oh my god, the announcers. They were so funny.
They were crazy. He's like, I know you're fucking Mrs. Pepperfield. It's funny because it's not true. We're saying things that aren't true. And he said that, and that's what.
It's especially
that's so crazy.
One of my favorite moments when
D. Ray Davis, who is fucking hilarious. And where's my man who was like, you got the smallest hands in the world, or no, you got the softest hands in the world.
I think that is Josh Brayton.
Jay Phillips.
I think I might have hit one of you guys in the
Jay Phillips.
Jay Phillips, great comedian. Sorry, it wasn't highlighted on the Jay Phillips one, but Jay Phillips, great comedian. I don't know why I forgot his name. I just didn't. I follow him on Instagram. Go follow him on Instagram. Dude does a lot of fucking.
Yeah, he was super funny. You can tell that like a lot of his lines that are in the movie were just like stuff that he improv.
He said.
Then they were like, "Oh, we got to keep that."
Yeah, you can tell a lot of these scenes are just like the way they cut to it. If you tell me what you think, Eric. When a lot of the scenes like felt like to me when they cut to it, you could tell they were just like, just talk, just say stuff. Like this is what he's saying. He said that. Now you just say stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It's like watching with the announcers with Arnett. It's like watching Best in Show and just watching the two announcers in that movie. And that like they probably have an hour of improvised banter between the two. Yeah. And they kept like what they thought was the best ones. That may have not even been the best stuff, Like when he's like, "Hey, can you please stop smoking?" He goes, I like to smoke when I drink. And then he drinks the drink during the show. It's like that little stuff, You're like, oh my God. Just like comedy gold. The announcers really stole the show for me. And I knew they would because both those guys are just hysterical.
Yeah. They really nailed those kinds of characters. Like Will Arnett is really great at the just like the stodgy, headstrong asshole. And what's his name? Andy. He's like so great at just like that affable. Like, whoa, like I don't know if you should do that.
right, exactly.
One of my favorite moments from him in the movie was when after the interview is over with him and Will Ferrell. Will was like, all right, let's go get some pussy. He's like, I don't know. Should we?
Like, he's like, so innocent. Come on with me. Let's go get some pussy. He's like, oh, all right.
So we're gonna go get some pussy, aren't we?
He said, oh, yeah, because he said he was cool with it. Then he chilled for a second. Then he was like, I guess we're gonna go get some pussy, aren't we? He's like, yeah, like he's excited as a motherfucker. His wife better not be watching, goddamn it. He gonna have some problems after he gets some pussy. That might better be some good pussy. He done fucked up his whole night when he get home. His whole morning at least. One other character I wanted to bring up. What's his name? Jackie Earl Haley.
Oh yeah, Jackie Earl Haley
yes,
Dukes.
the stoner. Bad
Yes.
News Bears. So great.
He's
Was that before Little Children? Before he actually,
I think this is
like got an
Children
actual
and pre-Watchmen.
Yeah, this is pre-Watchmen. Yeah.
Oh man, because he
Which,
disappeared.
Yeah,
for
for
a very
y'all
long
don't know,
time.
he was Rorschach on The Watchmen as his most popular role.
Yeah, definitely his most popular role for sure.
He was nominated for an Oscar for Little Children. That was when everyone forgot about Jackie, and Jackie came back, and everyone was like, "Oh, the dude from Bad News Bears. Oh, he's a phenomenal actor." And someone was probably like, "Oh, it's the dude from Semi-Pro."
Somebody was like, "Dude, Semi-Pro." Me, like I know everything he's been in, but fuck it, I'm going with the guy from Semi-Pro.
I was gonna say, yeah, like he's had a very interesting career because, like, I would say that Rorschach is probably his biggest, most popular role,
biggest,
just
most
because
popular.
It's gotta be.
the
It's gotta
comic
be
bookiness of it,
and the money making of it. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he probably still get a pretty decent check in the mail every month. I mean, every quarter for that shit.
And to your point, Tig, he was nominated for an Oscar for a movie that's honestly hard to watch. So I'm sure that honestly a lot of people haven't watched it.
It's real hard to watch.
Not as hard to watch as probably Freddy Krueger, which is his other movie that he.
Oh yeah, that's hard to watch for other reasons. Yeah,
Man.
Yeah, because he's a child Lester.
yeah.
We don't say bad words we don't say bad words with the Drunk Banthers. Bad naughty words for somebody else's podcast. Also, apparently they feel like Drunk Banthers is an inappropriate word.
It's not universally, whatever.
I mean, look,
everybody can't drink alcohol.
How do you feel, Ireland? Are they being racist? I think so. Let us know in the comments.
But yeah, this to your guys' point, this might be his most maybe. This is probably most people's most memorable performance from Jackie.
What are you gonna do with all that money if you win? Maybe buy a shirt.
Look at that fucking check. Go back. Go back. Hold on. Let me.
That's production design. That's quality production design. Man, there's about 5 PAs that made that for that movie. That's amazing.
$50 million, people. I guarantee you those PAs got paid minimum wage, and they were probably getting paid minimum wage in Michigan.
So I guarantee like the first version of that check, they said, make it look worse. Make it look worse.
Yeah. And they came back with some paper mache shit.
They had their
with some art school shit. That is great.
Oh man.
Dirty hippie here down on the court trying to sink an impossible shot.
This is human drama at its best.
This is human drama. Not animal drama, ladies and gentlemen. Not insect drama. This is human drama.
Concentrate, that's okay. Concentrate all you want.
Hold on. We have to explain a little bit after this about what's going on right here. I'm a miracle. I'm a miracle. I'm a miracle. I'm a miracle.
This is why the 95% miss is that can't be correct, because there's moments like that in this movie that actually make me laugh, like him falling asleep and then hitting the shot, and then seeing Will Ferrell's reaction to it, like, fuck, you know. I mean,
oh man, who's got? I don't have $10,000. Who the fuck has $10,000? Who the fuck's got $10,000? So we all don't know. The NBA has merged with the ABA, as we mentioned earlier, but the stipulations for them getting in are that they have to have enough wins, and they also have to have attendance. And this whole franchise is broke because it's basically only being survived because of the song "Love Me Sexy."
Yeah, they're flipping off the back. Love Me Sexy.
Should we really risk trying to get that in? We'll do it at the end. So, like, we'll just play ourselves out with "Love Me Sexy," so that just in case it gets like copyright, and we can trim it out at the end.
Okay.
So if that made it, you're welcome, and if it didn't, blame YouTube.
Yeah. If it made it, thank you, Will, for letting us use.
Seriously, because it's all up to them. Thank you, Will, Gary Sanchez, everybody. But yeah, like, so his moment, to Eric's point, that moment where he's just like, oh my fucking God, it just made the whole plot like come to a point where you really feel the stakes. There was definitely stakes in this entire movie. For sure.
And it's funny, like, you know, from listening, like watching, I talked a little bit about the ABA 30 for 30 doc that ESPN came out with, and there's another HBO documentary called Long Shots where they talk about the ABA.
What if I told you?
And just like, it's kind of crazy during those times where they were just like fighting for getting people to just come to see the people play. Just fighting for attendance.
What if I told you what if I told you once upon a time all legends came from Indiana?
yeah, they say things like that.
That's the 30 for 30 right there. That's how they do it, right? What if I told you?
Yeah,
a man named Jackie Moon almost saved the ABA.
Bong, bong, bong. Yeah, and it was crazy how they were just like trying to fight for attendance at the times, and like they were doing wild shit, like having cheerleaders fight dogs during that halftime show.
Jackie Moon fought a bear, man.
He fought a bear.
Yeah.
The choreographed costume dance. I had to say the flamingo costumes, whoever made those flamingo costumes was on point, because those things were awesome.
Yeah.
They were fucking awesome. They were fucking awesome. I'm actually looking for that. I don't see it anywhere.
You know, the more we talk about this movie, maybe I didn't hate it as much as I thought. Like, maybe there's like so much more in here that I'm actually enjoying. You know?
Man,
well, not
so
a
many
funny
bits.
story, but just like interesting fact. The bear who was in this movie, 7 weeks after the release of this movie, he bit and killed a man.
No.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Like,
I'm sorry, wait a minute.
7 weeks after.
Did I say that right? Yeah, I said that right. That is awesome. I mean, how is that not awesome?
It's pretty crazy.
What a crazy fact. How do you find that? How did you discover that piece of information?
I was looking up the...
Is it like, where are they now? Where's the bear in Semi-Pro now?
Well, speaking of where are they now, if you were just, I guess in case you were wondering where Jackie Moon has been, he actually made a fun little appearance at I think it was the All-Star game last year.
That's right, Alex. It was at the All-Star game. Well, actually, I don't think it was at the All-Star game. No, it was at a Wizards game. And he was trying to
That's why I didn't hear about this.
He was trying to like get him, not a Wizard game, a Warriors game, excuse me.
Oh, okay.
It was a Warriors game. And he was trying to get Klay Thompson hyped, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yes.
Jackie Moon
making an
a
appearance.
special appearance.
Tell y'all something, man. That's how I know like Hoopers really fuck with this movie. Like seriously, Hoopers fuck with this movie. Like if you've seen it and you're a Hooper, you fuck with this, man. It's like Jack. Look, told you he went over to get playtime for Hot. And none of them knew this was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like being absolutely ridiculous. Hey, let me get some shots. Come on, let me get him some shots.
Oh, that's too sexy. That's too.
Oh, that's too sexy. I'll turn that off. That's too sexy. Woo.
But
You feel that?
Yeah, I started.
Love Me Sexy came on.
Palpitating over here. But yeah, to your point, yeah, like at the end of this movie, the Tropics go on a winning run, moving from last to fifth. But
went from ashy to classy.
But it turns out that it's not going to be enough. The NBA does not think that Flint has a large enough media market and will not allow the Tropics into the league, even after they beat even if they beat the first place San Antonio Spurs, which will be the last game of the season.
Cleveland get not enough big enough media market, but Cleveland.
Well, if you from what
give
I've
me
heard,
the Toledo toilets before you give me the Cleveland Cavaliers, you know.
From what I heard from like the documentaries that I watched, like NBA was kind of just like trying to dismantle the ABA more than anything. They were just like they were trying to basically cut them down.
They were trying to, but that didn't work. And the ABA became more popular than the NBA, which is why they ended up coming to an agreement. You know, the NBA was losing viewership and losing attendance. And you know, some of these players, like you got New Jersey Nets, and then you got the New York Knicks, not too far away from each other, and the Knicks ain't won since '77, and you know the Nets are over there winning championships,
right? Yeah.
So you like, oh shit, fuck the Knicks, man.
Yeah,
I'm a Nets fan, you know,
right?
So it was, there was a lot of that, but you know, they really did leave a lot of teams out of the circuit. You know what I mean? So because they were saying they only had so many spots, there are 30 fucking teams in the NBA now. Okay,
right?
Like I just want to point out that their expansion was bound to happen, and they were just ridiculous about how they dissolved like some of those teams. They should have kept a lot of those teams because a lot of those towns are big basketball towns till this day.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy.
I just made it sound like, what is it, Mayberry? Like, I don't know. Look, a lot of those cities.
Right,
excuse me.
But no,
a lot of those villages.
But yeah, like it does. It is interesting just like how much of a cultural impact the ABA had on the NBA. You know, the 3-point line is probably like the biggest thing.
Alley-oops, dunking and shit.
Right.
I mean, this is a movie about the invention of the alley-oop to me. Like this right. Like Semi-Pro is the movie about how the alley-oop was born.
which is a great scene too.
Man, hold on, before you get to that scene, that Jay Moon is an asshole. He fucking told that referee that he would kill his family because he called it travel, which was not a travel, by the way.
No, Matt Walsh as the priest ref was pretty phenomenal. Pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, we got to get Matt Walsh on the show.
Foul.
Yeah.
If no one touches him, he can't foul him. Oh,
yeah, but like I feel like I should call something because a nigga just flew.
Right, exactly.
People ain't supposed to do that. Goddammit, he's not Jesus. Why did he just fly?
Here, let me see if I can.
Oh, Alex is trying to pull up the moment in history, a history making moment,
the historical moment in Semi-Pro.
Because I don't think that there is anyone who knows the actual day or person who put up the alley-oop first, because it's something that always happened on street ball courts and shit. Dunking is something that always took place in black neighborhoods, black basketball courts.
Yeah, and to your point, like and like one of the things about those special about the ABA is that the NBA was more structured. If you try that shit on an NBA court, your coach is gonna sit you on the bench and you're never gonna play for the rest of the season.
Right.
So it's like ABA had the freedom to do cool shit like this.
What were you about to say?
I was going to say, as soon as you release this, someone's going to comment on the exact date and time that the alley-oop was invented and happened. There's no way to find this out. I don't think anyone in the world knows the exact date and time of the alley-oop. There is someone out there that's like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys? Yes, here.
They're gonna be. Yeah, there's some guy who's out there waiting to pounce on my whole head right now.
It's gonna be me because I'm gonna Google it as soon as we're done.
Oh shit! Hold on. There we go. That's a pretty good alley.
I'm gonna stop this.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not trying to pay. I'm not trying to pay Puff Daddy.
And he is definitely on some wires or something.
Are we sure? Are we sure?
Hold on.
Andre ain't got no ups like that. Or he's on.
I know he's on wires now. You know what? Because that's an awkward way to throw down the ball. That's just not, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
no one jumps up. I don't know. I don't think he jumps up.
It's a slightly awkward way to throw down the ball. Hold on.
He's jumping off a platform. He could be jumping off a platform right there too. How is that not Jennifer Aniston? Sorry.
Hold on. We have not passed the Bechdel test on our show right now. We have not talked about the only woman in the movie that's not a tropic cheerleader.
Right. No, yeah, I did want to bring up her character actually really quickly.
I don't know if this is a flattering photo of her, but I also don't know if there's anywhere else that I can find anything of her. So I don't know. Well, maybe I could just take this down and then
take it down.
I can find something better.
But Moira Tierney played the character of Lynn, Ed Monix's ex-girlfriend. She has a very interesting character. First of all, I just want to say shout outs to her in Iron Claw. She probably had the best performance in that movie. Incredible actress. And she's doing her thing in this. And I liked how we sort of subverted the love story. Because we do get a sort of a love story where she's fallen in love with her ex. But also it's kind of hilarious how this other dude is just a total willing cuck to this.
It's great.
Tig, I heard you say you kind of checked out on the love story aspect of this movie. But how did you feel about her and her character and everything going on with her?
She was fine. I mean, first off, because I didn't look at the cast list before I watched the movie, so every cameo and every actor that popped up was a pleasant surprise in my opinion. And when I did see her, I thought it was Jennifer Aniston from behind. I was like, no way, Jennifer Aniston.
Talk about can't afford to get him in a movie.
Oh wait, no, it's not. It's Tierney. Yeah, I think what this movie was trying to do is having slivers of serious moments of acting, because Woody Harrelson is he's an actor, him being in the cop, and not that any of these guys aren't actors. Everyone's an actor in this movie.
You're not an actor.
Great job.
You're not. But
he's not. He's not in these kind of comedies. I think Kingpin was Woody Harrelson's first over the top comedy where you're oh, he's doing something a little different and he's fun.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they had the X scene where, and we're so over the top with the basketball and Will Ferrell being ridiculous and everything. And then we have basically our two stray characters come together for some scenes. Mm-hmm. And that's when it lost a little of that comedic momentum, for me. And that's when the movie went I was like, oh, this is funny. This is stupid as hell, but this is funny. I enjoy really dumb stuff. And then it takes a big dip right at that scene before they go in and have sex and Cordry's jerking off in front of it. And then they brought it back.
Hard, I think. I feel like Act 2 must be hard for comedies like this.
Yeah, it was all their jokes, and it was hilarious. And they're oh, we have to do something. We have to have something real in this.
Right. We actually have to do something.
We have two stray characters. Let's have them involved, obviously. but I'm like that with like, with a lot of movies. Even like, when there's forced romance in a movie it doesn't need it, I check out pretty quick. And I'm like, someone just said that they have to have some kind of love story in this movie, but do they have to have love story?
Well,
because that love story really, honestly, was kind of unnecessary in the whole movie. It had nothing to do with the team. Didn't really take him away.
Unless you want to see a grown man masturbate while he has sex with somebody else.
Outside of the comedy of the situation, I don't think that it was really well served.
I mean, it's actually kind of sad. You put different music behind all of it. And it's actually like one really fucking sad scene. Actually,
like that guy.
I do want to bring up one of the things that you were talking about earlier because it leads into this clip. Blah. Fuck it, just
roll that beautiful bean footage.
The NBA has announced that the top 4 teams will merge with the NBA after this season. Seizing the opportunity, owner, player, coach Jackie Moon has already made the first move, acquiring Ed Monix from the Kentucky Colonels.
Ed Monix, baby. Sorry, I just want to show.
Right? I mean, he's got an NBA ring and he's playing for the Tropics. Can you believe that?
No, I can't.
Well, he sat on the bench,
I'll get
right?
it.
Yeah, it's like...
I mean, why are you here?
So I just want to talk about wardrobe and whatnot again. Like,
oh yeah,
dude, that is a fly ass coat Monix has on. The turtleneck too.
Yeah,
man, you finger popping all the bitches with that kind of shit on. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
it is going down if you got one of them jackets right now.
Yeah, like he's looking pretty fly right here. And I would say that this is probably the best wig Woody Harrelson's ever had in a movie.
This is the best wig he's ever had in the movie.
Right? I mean,
and he got sweaty.
Wig game is
when he was getting sweaty, like the wig was sweaty.
Right, yeah.
Did hair and makeup on this motherfucker, dude.
Hair, makeup, production design crushed it in this movie. I don't know why anyone would like talk shit about any of that element of this movie, because
there should be an Oscar for some of this.
It's crazy to think that
this shit was really dope.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that Venom came out after this, considering the comparable wig game. Like, have you seen his wig?
First of all, I've never seen Venom.
Oh my god!
And but I have seen his his wig in that, and that is absolutely weird. Because why? It's like they tried to make him look younger in Venom.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, get a different actor. Why not call Eric?
That's the best way to get make him look younger is to make it a different person.
Why not just call Eric though? Like, he's right there. Look at him.
Yeah,
he ain't doing nothing. Look at him. He's on this.
Look at that chin.
Come on,
man. Look, I'm just trying to get to that wig that you were talking about. Like that wig, man. That's a fucking amazing job.
Looks fucking great.
And don't keep trying to take this down, goddammit. I'm trying to tell you now, don't try to fuck me over on this goddamn. We're clearly reviewing this motherfucking movie. But yeah, like
Tierney's too good of an actress for this movie. That's the problem, I think. That's the problem. She's too good. She's too real. She's too real. She's honest. She's genuine, and she's doing a great job. It doesn't fit because everyone else is so ridiculous in this movie. It's like, man, she's doing great work, and it's all just useless because it's not landing on anyone.
I get that, and they're both.
No one does have. I will say she had amazing comedic timing for because a lot of dramatic actors or actresses don't sometimes translate well when you try and do comedy. Sometimes, not saying that it doesn't.
For sure, yeah. Some people don't. You know, it's wildly different skill sets, and some people are
100%.
Really
100%.
Can't nobody be funny like me. It's hard to be funny like me.
There it is.
Yes, I love his reaction.
Yes,
I'm so glad that you said that. Like right when he said it, like that was amazing. Yes. Like this is. I've been waiting for this day. Goddamn.
My two favorite people.
I've been watching them all since high school. Both since high school.
He's wearing his jersey from college right now. It's insane. A literal.
He just threw this bitch down. Look at that. That's amazing. All of that is amazing. I'm just watching.
And some other
stuff.
I'm
just doing a lot of stuff down here. Don't mind me.
But yeah, that is where that's the seriousness of like the serious storyline sort of
blows up.
Like, well, yeah, blows up and kind of collides with the hyper realistic comedic tone of the movie.
I think they should have brought that in
sooner.
with.
Yeah,
I think they should have brought bring in that weird, awkward masturbation cock scene.
Yeah,
bring that in at the beginning, of
right?
When he came in with the fly turtleneck and the finger popping turtleneck and the finger popping jacket.
Yeah.
That's when he should have. That's when he should have really got up in there.
Honestly,
and that would have been,
I would have been mad at that.
It would have kept the funny going and established that sometimes she just has to get some good D from this dude that she was in love with, is in love with. Do they stay together at the end of the movie?
I think it's kind of left ambiguous.
It's like, well, he's gonna continue to come into town.
And
that's
gonna be okay with it.
He's gonna go to Publix or wherever, get him some Bengay.
Everybody loves different. And these guys, these crazy kids have figured out a way to keep their marriage
happy,
fresh,
man. Stay happy. Look, you know what that reminds me. Bill's tip of the week.
I'm curious where this is going.
I can't wait to hear this. Let me write this down. Hang on.
However you got to do it, man. However you got to do it. It's about communication. You can stay together if you want to. You just got to have communication and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're dating Vince McMahon.
Oh.
Yeah. Benny is out here wilding.
Wow. Just heard about this stuff. WWE.
Hey,
I mean, are we surprised? But anyway, that's a little different.
No.
That's a
not surprised.
Just talking about that. It's I don't know. I guess we
just sound like so good stuff.
Yeah, because I kept trying to say stuff, but I was like, I am actually being recorded, and
we're not gonna say that.
Can't. I'm not gonna say anything.
He does have one of them faces like if he took a mugshot, you'd be like, he did it. I don't know what the charges are, but the mugshot says that he did it.
Yeah, sometimes, you see someone, you think, okay, well, maybe we could just tell the jury to go home.
How did you feel about Jackie Moon's mama being black?
Oh yeah, that was great. Just a
awesome.
Funny, awesome moment. Yeah.
Who was so? We skipped over my fucking segment. Who is your MVP of this movie? Alex, I'll let you go first. Then Martig, you can go ahead.
Okay. You know what? I am gonna have to go with Woody. Because I guess, Will is the obvious choice because he's really funny and he's he drives a lot of the jokes. I love the
bus driver.
I love the cameo from KirstYn Wig.
I was about to talk about that. Watching
incredible.
The movie, I was waiting. I was like, "How is KirstYn Wig not in this movie? Where is she?" I guess she's not in this movie. And then the Barry scene happens. I'm like, "Oh, there she is."
And she was so funny. She's like, "We're both wearing red." That was one of my favorite lines in the movie. I will say, the Woody is probably my MVP because he does a really great job of just that balance, being a good straight man. He's funny in the moments that he needs to be, and he's really serious when he needs to be, and he's very believable as just this curmudgeon actor. I feel like he really grounds the movie. I feel like if it was just another comedic actor who doesn't have the dramatic chops, this movie would be a lot lesser for it. So that's why he's my MVP. What about you?
No, it's going to Martig.
Okay.
I don't need to go next. Honestly, I'm thinking about the question still. Alex's response.
Well, that's why I let Alex go first. So I can let you go ahead and get yours all the way. But I usually go last because I usually got one that's off the fucking rails.
I mean,
but this one is not off the rails, really. I'm going with Jay Phillips. You got the softest hands. Was that you on my ball? Because when Will Ferrell said, I ain't grabbed somebody's balls out there. Like, was that you on my balls?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Like, you have the softest hands in the world.
I think I punched a couple of you guys in the balls. You did.
You
You have
did.
the
Yeah.
softest hands in the world.
You have the softest hands in the world. Like, when he said that shit, that shit was just too dead on for me. So yeah, he was my favorite. But also, I have a huge thing about comedic movies, comedies have to have comedians in it. Stand-up comedians are almost like imperative to, like, I think everybody in this was a stand-up except like at some point was a stand-up,
like Woody and
except
like Woody and
yeah.
Jason
Well,
Sudeikis
I don't know
do
if Woody
stand-up?
wasn't. I don't know if Woody wasn't a stand-up when he was on Cheers, which is a movie with stand-up. I mean, a TV show full of stand-ups. So I don't know if he, because back in the day when you came to Hollywood, Eric, you want to be an actor,
Yeah,
came to Hollywood, you had to do stand-up. Like if you wanted to be on television, you had to be doing some stand-up.
Yeah, a lot of people did stand-up.
Seth Rogen did stand-up. He don't do stand-up no more, but you got to come in here, talk that shit.
Yeah, I feel like
stand-up
stand-up
interested to see
Sorry.
if Woody did any stand-up being discovered, because he was just a young unknown actor that they discovered for that show. I wonder if he was doing comedy or not. Or
back then, those guys, that's how they got.
I could see him doing. Yeah, I could see him doing improv, and like rather than stand up.
I think improv more so. Yeah, I think that seems like that.
He's definitely a funny guy, and he's definitely like you said, like with stuff like Cheers. He's good on stage. He's probably really good with like improvisation. So I think that's why he.
And when I say that they've done stand up, I'm not saying that they're stand up comedians. I'm saying that they've done stand up.
Right.
That you know what I'm saying, like not that they consider themselves or the other people, because a lot of comedians, I got a lot of friends who are stand up comedians, and I don't want to goddamn text messages. I'm just saying that
Tom Hanks, just
get on stage, you're not a fucking comedian. All right, man, relax.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that they did.
We don't need no angry letters.
No please.
You got to be really angry to write a letter now. If you're not gonna put it in the comment in the YouTube
I
comment
section. Feel the same way about comments.
I'm gonna write a handwritten fucking letter to these guys. That's how mad I am. Good luck reading it.
Hand cramps and shit. You're gonna go through the hand cramps just so you can get this one off.
That's passion.
Broken pencil marks on it.
You get that shit. It's got pencil shavings when you open it up.
Yeah.
A
couple tears of anger.
This
guy did this in a rush.
Yeah, you can smell the depression in this motherfucker.
I can't read any of this.
I'm thinking this is a Zodiac killer letter right here. This motherfucker right like the Zodiac. Oh man.
But what about you, Tig? Who's your MVP?
I mean, I gotta say it's Will Arnett. I mean, I think just like, and as like a, an Arrested Development fan, and then watching, basically, I felt like I was just watching Joe be self-deprecating, angry, just like the joke. Like, I mean, I think he did such a great job. And it was such a nice little sweet treat to have him in this movie, just popping up once in a while. And every scene he's in is, I mean, it's hysterical. And I think, here we go. I think he for me he got the biggest laughs on my side. He kept me in it, because at one point I had to pause the movie and go make it like a snack, because I was like, this is gonna like wake me up a little bit, because I was losing a little bit of interest at one point. And then every time Will Arnett pops back in, I mean, there's not a scene that he's not in that I didn't laugh at. It's just enough of Will Arnett, just enough of Will Arnett to keep me going.
They pulled me back in.
Power forward, Redwood. Yeah, he was great. Before we get to the vote, I am curious how you guys felt, because I love low key I love movies or sports movies like this where they're not fighting for a championship, and it's not like a storybook ending. They're really kind of playing like there's no tomorrow, because there is no tomorrow for these characters. They're like the replacements, or like Little Giants, where it's just it's more about pride.
We forgot to mention that they were dog shit.
Yeah,
they were a dog shit
not
team.
A good team
that decided that they needed to get their shit together, because hey, you know what? We're not actually bad. We just don't play good.
Right.
And that scene where they, the camaraderie scenes where they dance together in the little starfish and
with the flamingo costumes,
costumes and seahorses and shit. And they ask Jackie Moon to allow Monix to be the head coach.
Oh, yeah, be the head coach.
Yeah.
Dude, that was it was actually a really nice little moment, but that Will Ferrell ruined by calling them all motherfucking cocksuckers. And it was so serious. The way he delivered that shit, you motherfucking cocksucker. It gave me chills of hilarity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that shit was so funny. And you know what? I think I might have seen this in the theater and then watched it with you and Adam.
Yeah, because I thought that you had seen it before us.
I think I had. And I was like, no, because y'all were like, I'm not watching that. And I'm like, no, don't be movies. This is not the day to be movie snob. This is the day to watch hilarity. It's time for hilarity right here. Trying to tell you.
But yeah, do you guys feel like maybe this ending would have been made better if it was say following one of the teams that ended up in the NBA, if this is following the Nets and just showing how they won their last game and went on to the NBA? Or do you like this non-traditional ending? Tig, I'll let you answer first.
I mean, I think for what the movie is and how over the top it was, I think it was the perfect team to follow, a team that didn't make it through, fighting for nothing, and the end ends on a high note that they've created. It's not even a high note because they still didn't make it, and it was perfect for it. It kept it away from anything that's actually serious. It actually happened. Once again, this wasn't an Adam McKay movie. If Adam McKay directs this motherfucker, it's following the Spurs. It's following one of these teams that actually makes it. And I think that allowed them to be so over the top with the shenanigans that were happening, because it was so this shit kind of happened, but now we can have the liberties to just make it so freaking ridiculous that this is it's that kind of movie. You know what I mean?
I definitely agree, because also to your point, I don't think that the NBA would have been having that shit. You know what I mean? I don't think the NBA, I don't think Adam McKay would have been able to make that movie, because I think that they would have, the NBA and the NFL. Why did my voice just crack like I'm in fucking fourth grade? The NBA and the NFL. That was weird. I threw up a couple of weeks ago, and it was very violent. It was a week ago. Very violent. It spread my esophagus too bad. It ripped out some blood vessels.
You answered my next question. I was gonna ask if either of you have puked in the last 2 weeks, just out of curiosity.
Oh yeah.
So thank you.
It's a weirdly relevant question for this movie. Honestly.
It is. I didn't
my
even
voice
think
cracked,
about that.
and I have to explain
Brought it
why
all
my
the
voice
way
cracked. I just don't feel comfortable.
Mom, I puked for the first time. I know you did, baby.
I know you did, baby. I saw you. You did so good. I'm so proud of you. I'm just talking about myself. He did. That's a lie.
Right, that was a lie.
He lied to his mama.
I felt weird. I felt weird thinking about that. I'm like, that's bullshit. No, he didn't. He got punched in the stomach. Is anyone else going to talk about this?
You almost get mad at yourself for getting upset about the semantics of
there's a lot.
Who
of
am I?
Well, there's another thing that I got mad about, but Loki thought it was hilarious. Is they're in Flint, Michigan, and it's called the tropics.
Right? Yeah. I thought that
like that's
funny.
like that would
I mean,
be
that's
like
pretty
the,
funny.
it'd be like the Chicago Rainbows or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, I thought. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like I thought it was.
Wait. We got rainbows in Chicago, buddy, okay? We got a lot of rainbows. It rains a lot during the springtime.
Like two rainbows out of every 10 rain storms. Go ahead, Alex.
No, it's kind of funny, just like how I thought it was just like sort of a nod to how we got these games. I mean, these teams now, like the LA Lakers. There aren't
What kind of nod
in Los Angeles.
What kind of nod? Because see, like
Echo Park Lake. Echo Park Lake. Excuse me.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, I forgot about Echo Park Lake, Silver Lake, of course.
Yes, Silver Lake. There's a huge lake in Silver Lake.
Yo, I want to know what the ponds are here.
Yo, anybody who's looking to go fishing, and we got really dope fishing at Silver Lake, here in Los Angeles. If you plan on visiting, go ahead, come on out.
Only thing that happens,
sponsored by the Drunk Happens.
Only thing that happens at Silver Lake is like jogging. Like that's no one fishes in Silver Lake.
Oh man, I was gonna make a butt sex joke, but
I'm curious.
I guess I just did.
But
I guess I just did. Talk about Silver Lake.
To you, I just wanted to mention, just since you brought up Adam McKay, I would be very curious of how he would like tackle a movie like this in like 2004 and how he would tackle it in like 2014, because he's changed up his style.
24 is important because that's what this show is about.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, 24, yeah, sure.
I mean,
but
it's called. I guess it's called Winning Time. I mean, that's his basketball. That's it's got the comedy. It's breaking the fourth wall. It's factual. It's serious meets the. I mean, the craziness of stuff that happened during that time is pretty wild. Not to talk about a whole nother show, but that's just real.
No, I mean, like the Tropics didn't even have this movie, Simi-Pro didn't even have drug use and shit like that. Like it's an R-rated movie, and I don't think it should be an R-rated movie, to be honest with you.
I mean, other than the language, like they said.
And there was a sex scene. There was
a sex scene with masturbating.
But we just showed that. It was on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Love YouTube.
But do you guys feel like, it would be more serious like Winning Time, or be more like Anchorman if he made it in like 2000, if he was the one who directed it in 2008?
I would say Anchorman. I mean, this had Anchorman all over it to me, but it wasn't as good as Anchorman,
Did you do 40-year-old version?
No, that was Judd Apatow.
That was Judd Apatow. Why don't we? So Judd Apatow, you do better. You do better. I think you do better work.
He did a
because we keep going back to Judd. We keep thinking who
did that? That Judd or Adam?
Man, thinking about Adam McKay's earlier stuff and what he's doing now, it's unbelievable. No, that can't be Adam McKay. Right. It is Adam. That's what he started doing, and now he's Oscar director, writer, making important films and stuff like that, which is unbelievable.
I always say it just take only thing you got to do to become an Oscar award-winning director in Hollywood is show the studio you can get it done. Get a movie done.
Show me what you got.
Show me what you got. Like you don't go over budget. You don't.
When does that happen?
Steven Spielberg movies. Steven Spielberg famously stays on time and don't go over budget, which is why
Clint Eastwood, I think, does the same thing.
Right, which is why they've been directing movies since the 70s. And Steven Spielberg was one of the youngest Oscar award winners. He's one of the youngest youngest directors to hit $1 million at the opening day and all that shit. He's just a phenomenal director in the sense, because some people don't like Steven Spielberg movies.
That's true.
They are insane, but they don't like him. But
yeah, right. It's you have to be sick in the head not to at least one Steven Spielberg.
Right, yeah, it's so crazy you can meet somebody that feels that way, but that's how
they're out there.
They out there. But the reason he keeps getting the job, the reason he gets all that money and just leeway is because he's on time. He hits every deadline. When it comes to his fucking dailies, he's got it in. We getting it out. everything's always on point.
Right.
So
He's
you always gonna get a
consistently
check.
reliable. Yeah, exactly. You know,
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about him.
Yeah.
So I always feel comfortable giving him $200 million.
Right.
I mean,
always feel
I love working with Spielberg. Every time he calls me, I'm like, yeah, dude, like you're reliable, you're consistent. I know what I'm getting with you, man. I know my check's gonna go through. I'm good. You know?
He was over here a lot during the strike. But now he
friend of the show.
Don't come through.
Nice.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show.
Yeah, he's out here trying to make movies, you know.
We getting
He's trying to beat Marty's record now. Since Marty's the highest, did you guys hear that he's like the most nominated director for best director?
Adam
living. Martin Scorsese.
I just looked that up randomly before we started. And saw that little fact that you just said. I was like, oh no shit, that's wild.
He won?
No.
Did he win it? He won?
No, just he hasn't won, but he's just like been nominated, the most nominated living director. He just
it's because I was Googling how many times Leonardo DiCaprio was nominated, and Scorsese popped up as well, and I was like, oh, look at that.
You know, that's interesting that you said that that about Leo. Cause like I feel like not Leo, but what you said about Steven Spielberg, because like they're all best friends. Him, George Lucas, and Scorsese. Mm-hmm. They're all best friends, and them dudes fucking they changed cinema.
Can you think of a more iconic filmography than those three people? Like
Adam
people
McKay,
who've made more culturally.
Hold on, Adam McKay.
Yeah, Adam McKay, Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow, and what's his name?
Kent Alterman.
No. Jody Hill.
Jody Hill?
Yeah, Jody Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Jody. You know Jody, right? Jody.
Yeah. He does with Danny McBride, right?
Yeah, man. Friend of the show.
Actually, yeah.
I like look
the cast of what you call it, Righteous Gemstones to be fucking with.
Right now, I don't know if Righteous Gemstones is on right now when this is out, but go watch our Righteous Gemstone coverage, season 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Go check it out right now.
Absolutely. Tony Cavallero. It's my last movie I did with Tony Cavallero, who plays Keith in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that movie still on Hulu?
It is still on Hulu. Everyone listening, go check it out. We broke up on Hulu.
That's right. Go check that out. And Tony, come on the show, man. Tony, come on over the show. I know that dude is hilarious.
He's hilarious.
I've heard he's a pretty cool dude.
He's like the best guy ever. He's awesome.
He's a wild boy too.
He sure is.
He is like a wild motherfucker.
Yeah, the show wouldn't end if you guys had him on. He would just keep on going and going and going.
Oh no, that's fine. We do that. Well, that's why he should come on the podcast.
Yeah, the podcast are famously way too long.
We go way too long every podcast Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time.
So to make sure that this episode isn't too terribly long, it's time to get around to the testicular question.
Excuse
me, I pronounced that wrong.
You got some phlegm in your throat.
Well, let me clear it out by saying, does it hold?
So bad.
At the end of each episode, we vote on whether the film that's a Booker T from that time Booker T said the N-word on television.
One time he slipped and went into real life like he fuck old Gogan.
I feel like
you up, nigga.
I feel like
oh shit. I'm losing my job.
You have to bring this back up when we do Ready to Rumble, because we're definitely gonna do Ready. We have to do Ready to Rumble. It's on the list.
Wakey, hands off, Snikey.
At the end of each episode, we vote on whether the film in question is as good or as bad as we remember. And as our special guest,
I almost forgot.
Yeah, that is what we do here. Martig, please answer the titular question as our special guest.
Yeah. Does it hold up?
Does it hold up? So I think it was bad when it came out, right? Like it wasn't well received. Yeah. So I think it holds up as being probably a pretty bad movie, considering the whole time I just wish it was an Adam McKay movie as I was watching it. That being said, I will say about 80% of it is not funny. 20% of this movie will make you laugh. So I'll give it that.
So is that a doesn't hold up?
I feel like that's a no.
That's a no. That's a no. Yeah. It does not. It does not. I won't be rewatching this movie anytime soon. I'll tell you that much.
Fair enough. So we got one vote for no. But I guess we should.
No, because I did have to touch on what he was saying.
Does it hold?
Sucker!
Now I just want to talk about wrestling. I just want to talk about wrestling now.
Yeah, you just want to talk about Buff Bagwell and Big Papa Pump.
It's you go. What do you?
No, it's all you.
Okay, it's all me.
It's all you.
Doesn't hold up. Honestly, I was going back and forth while we were talking about it. But I do still feel like this holds up. Like, I don't ask a lot for my like silly comedies, especially Will Ferrell, sports comedies. And I do feel like this is one of the stronger of the three. Like, I like this more than Blades of Glory. And I haven't seen Talladega Nights in a really long time, so I have to rewatch that. Like, there's some quotable lines in there, but there are also some scenes from that movie that I remember as being kind of annoying.
But I still say everybody loves everybody.
No, everybody loves everybody. Yeah, like that's
guys. Everybody loves everybody.
Everybody loves everybody.
ELE.
And like I do think that this is like a nice, fun, and silly way of exploring this crazy time in history where like people like manage owners of these teams were doing crazy shit to attract fans, and there was this like weird thing where people cared more about viewership than the performance of the teams or showmanship than winning. So this is like an interesting time to explore under this like hyper realistic comedic lens. And for the most part, I thought it was like really, really funny. And I'll probably watch this again like while I'm washing the dishes or some shit.
Well, excuse me. God damn. Sorry. There's listeners there's people who just listen to this. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Coughing and
you getting all the smoke.
Man, yeah, all my throat. Yeah, all my throat noises were completely unnecessary in the making of this film. But Alex, I do have a question.
What's that?
God damn. Seriously. This is bad.
Does it hold? Billiam.
Don't ever do that again. Don't ever call me Billiam.
I'm probably gonna do it at least once.
I can't. Now I'm gonna do
it.
What's your answer, sir?
You're the
tiebreaker.
You just made me very angry. Call me Billiam. No. Now, this is the thing. It fucked me up because, like, this movie, I really love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies. This is one of my favorite movies, comedy wise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of my favorite movies because it's just absolutely ridiculous. From the beginning to the end, this shit is ridiculous for no reason. You know what I mean?
It starts out with Love Me Sexy.
Which we are playing on the fucking outro of this fucking video. God damn it. Stop me, God damn it. Stop me. Which is why you should sign up for the membership. You should join our subscription membership program. It's 99 cents a month. Because this is probably going to get demonetized. So, just so you know. I think that this movie doesn't hold up. And I'm going to tell you why.
Oh.
I think that it holds up. Like, I love it.
Right.
I would go see this movie. If I saw a trailer for this movie, I'd be like, oh, Will Ferrell made a comeback. You know what I'm saying? Like, Because if you think about it right now, when's the last time you saw a Will Ferrell movie and it was like, oh, I gotta go see this Will Ferrell movie?
Right.
Matter of fact, most of the movies that Will Ferrell's been in the last like 7 years, or maybe even 10 years, you didn't know he was going to be in it till you were there in the theater or you put it in on television.
Oh shit, Will Ferrell's in this.
Oh shit, Will Ferrell, because he mostly does cameos.
These days, like Barbie and
to Martik's point, that might be why he was so angry about not getting the part for Winning Time, because maybe he felt like maybe he's been not getting a lot of parts. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's been missing out on a couple of other ones that he feels like he should have got, because he's not trying to go back to the Love Me Sexy.
Right. Yeah. I can see that, especially since this movie didn't do super well. Like he wants to be like, your Jim Carrey's, your Robin Williams's, like after you've like, okay, I've made a good amount of money doing my thing.
Jim Carrey, man. I'm not only funnier, but I'm a better actor than Jim Carrey.
Right. And
have you not seen Simi-Pro? No, I'm
right. And even John C. Reilly, like he was nominated for a Golden Globe way before he even really started dipping his toes into like the Adam McKay comedy verse.
Yep. So I think that he probably, not probably, today, if this movie came out, I don't think it does as well, because we have to take into account, like, we're taking this movie out of history and putting it in our timeline, right? And I don't think it would work just because of how sensitive people are. You know what I'm saying? And people are going to look at it like, well, here we go, another Anchorman. You know what I mean? And
absolutely,
Anchorman 2 didn't do well.
No,
we already know what another Anchorman looks like, and I think that was the last movie that he did that was a Will Ferrell movie, if I'm not mistaken. Anchorman 2.
Yeah, because he has been like sort of trying to do more dramatic stuff, and he's been
on not Righteous Gemstones, but
Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound and Down, and a couple of
Eurovision. Him and KirstYn did Eurovision. That was,
yeah. Wait a minute, wasn't there some kind of like boat movie that he was in, like boat gambling movie or some shit like that?
Oh yeah, he did the House with Amy Poehler.
The House, But
that was like 2015, 2014.
And he did another, like, there's a remake of a French comedy.
Oh, Force Majeure. Is the original.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What is it?
Sorry,
I forgot the translation is.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm sorry.
It's the movies with Juliette Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes, that's right. I never saw it, but
the original, the French, the original is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal movie. Highly recommended. So I actually watched this other one. It's called Downhill, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's the same movie. I recommend watching the original and then watching the other one, because it is really interesting, like how they recreated this phenomenal movie within only I think 5 years of this movie being made. They did an American remake of it.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's the same exact story. It's very bizarre. I was shocked. I was like, wait, isn't that just Force Majeure?
It's like that's like some Godzilla shit. It's like the Godzilla movies, like motherfucker make a Godzilla movie, like, I will raise you another Godzilla movie. Goddamn it. And a TV show, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's weird how that always happens in like international movies. I guess like we feel like it's because it's overseas. We have carte blanche to just come up with a remake soon, like Funny Games. Dude, and
I cannot believe you just said carte blanche.
Hey, the idol will live on forever.
I know, and that's why I can't believe that.
The other day at work,
it's not that I can't believe that you said it. It's just that I can't believe that movie has left a cultural imprint that will last forever.
The other day I was at work with people, and I was about to say
why are you saying that? I was at work with people, as opposed to aliens or farming,
right?
Or no one. He just was at work, surrounded by.
You don't know what I do. Maybe I work at a barn. But
actually, you know what? Yeah, then it would be weird for you to be surrounded by people. So yeah, it would be a great point. It would be a great time to point that out.
But yeah, I was talking, and I was about to say carte blanche, just because I always say carte blanche now, ever since The Idol. And I had to like physically stop myself and say carte blanche. Because I was like, oh wait, no, this is how it's actually said. The Weeknd is just an idiot.
Yeah, I had to literally stop myself from saying it the other day.
Yeah. It's so hard. He's made an imprint on my life. But that is surprising. We have a does not hold up vote.
Yeah, but it does not hold up. It doesn't happen. Well, you know what? It happens a lot more than we think it's gonna happen. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, people. Sometimes we don't know what the fuck we gonna say when that light come on. When that blue light come on, we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Who knows?
Sometimes we make our mind up right there. And you know what? I think we almost got Eric to come over to the
I was halfway through the show, I was like, I think I did like this movie. and then as we broke it down, I was like, wait, no, I remember like the 45-minute mark where I was like, woo, okay, I got to get through this movie. And then I started laughing again, but there was parts of it that it got a little rough for me.
This is definitely a movie where you turn it off, like you know, okay, I'm gonna go run to the laundry room real quick.
This is exactly what it is. Yeah,
this part right here.
This is a chores movie.
This part right here, I can take a doo doo.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you want to do some spring cleaning,
when I come back, it's about to be fucking hilarity when I come back. But I gotta do this right
now. Like this is a good, since this is coming out during the playoffs, this is like a good movie to throw on like in between games. I have like 45 minutes before the next game. Let me throw on a little bit of Simi-Pro. Yeah.
And hopefully it's like the poker scene with the gun, and then everyone's happy.
I feel like this is one of those movies that definitely would come on like in 2014, 2010, this movie would have came on TBS, and you're like, for sure, I gotta check this out.
Yeah,
or Showtime or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to send us a check, whichever one of y'all,
whoever's the richest person listening right now. And the most cavalier with their money.
Yeah.
Who wants to make some bad decisions?
Except Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah, Vince, you can keep your money, please.
No, thank you.
That is dirty money and pun.
Totally
Cummy
money. Give me cummy money. That's why I call stripper. That's what I call stripper bucks. Some places you go in Vegas, they get some. Never mind. I call it cummy money.
Guys, check. You guys have to subscribe as a member to get some of that salacious content of whatever he was alluding to. But
Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific time.
But before we get out of here, Eric Martig, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at Eric Martig. At Eric.Martig and at Eric Martig Real Estate as well. If anyone's looking to buy or sell a home, that is my new venture here. You can also find me on TikTok at Eric What Are You Doing, and at Eric Martig as well for some funny content. Check me out. And if you got time, watch We Broke Up on Hulu and check me out.
I love that title of your TikTok, by the way. It's so great.
Yo, now Eric, what are you doing? Because Eric, what are you doing is fucking hilarious. I don't want to spoil anything because like you should just go check it out. Go over there and look at it, dummy. And go over there and look at it because you're fucking up your whole life by not going over there and looking at it right now.
What are you doing with your life?
If you watch this bullshit for fucking 2 hours, you need to go over there right now. Cleanse your palate. And fucking go over there and watch it right now.
Short form media. It's
hilarious. It's hilarious. It's on his IG too. It's hilarious.
It'll change your life. It'll change your life. It's a lot of really smart comedy.
Yeah. What do you call that shit?
Short form
media? No. High what do you call it? High comedy? No.
Oh, high concept comedy?
High concept comedy.
This is really high concept. A lot of work put into it.
Alex,
and if you, what were you about to say?
What were you about to say?
I was just gonna say, if you don't remember all that, all the links will be in the video description.
Right here.
You want to go check out all that cool stuff. Honestly, I very, very much recommend. We broke up. Very sad, very funny, very cute.
We broke. We didn't break up.
We'll talk after the.
Hey guys, just don't forget about this.
You gotta hold it still. You gotta hold it still. You gotta hold it still. Say something.
Hey guys, don't break up.
It's lovely.
That was perfect.
Lovely.
Thank you guys so much for watching the show. New episodes drop every other Monday at 4:20 a.m. Check us out on all social media platforms at The Drunk Banthas.
Oh,
please like and subscribe. It is not required, but if you don't, you will not be invited to the.
It's basically a music video.
Yeah, they made a full-on music video for this.
Come on, girl. Yeah, it's me, Jackie Murray.
Oh yeah.
10 million of the 20 of the 50 million right here.
Wants to love me sexy. Baby, are you ready to lick me sexy?
Oh yeah.
Suck me sexy.
Fuck me sexy.
Baby, we're naked and we're hungry sexy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I didn't know this song was this long.
It's like a full on. Well, it's about a minute.
Yeah, it's like I didn't know it was that long.
Oh man.
There it is, the flamingo.
In case this part stays in, guys, thank you so much for watching. Does it hold up? Every other Monday at 4:20 a.m. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It is not required, but if you don't, you will not be invited to the cookout. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Stay safe.